Namaste, friends. It's April 29th, 2023. I guess it's going on 8:30 in the morning. It's a beautiful day. It's very cloudy, very wet. It's the day after the rain, which really in springtime is a wonderful thing. Everything is incredible green. It smells good. It's so peaceful. I'm actually at the my favorite Patapsco Valley State Park. Just one of the reasons why I live in this area is to be near the park. I happen to be up on the ridge line where they have camping. I'm at a campground. The campground is currently closed because they're doing a lot of much needed maintenance, water mitigation and erosion and things like that in the park. It looks great. But I've actually filmed from this spot before. I'm checking in. I have had a lot going on in my life, and I think today I do want to talk about the importance of those touchstones in our lives, the things that ground us, that bring us back to who we are, no matter how many times life grabs us and thrashes us around and you start to lose sight of things, and maybe you start losing sight of what's truly important in your life. You come back to these places, these touchstones, or, for some people, maybe it's not a place, maybe it's a thing, or maybe even a person. Of course I have people that I come back to. But for me, one of my touchstones is this place. In the woods, the river, even the railroad tracks that run along the river, all are part of me, big part of me. I don't know why, it's just the comfort, and I think it goes back a long time as to why I feel comfort in these places or in these situations. Who knows why certain places give us that comfort, make us feel the sense of home, make us know that no matter what happens, we have places that feel like home in our hearts, even without having that roof over your head or your address. There are places that make you feel home, just comfortable and safe. I guess this is one of my places. It's a big park. There's several places all up and down the river. This is just one of many. This is one that I happen to be able to easily access regularly. I went out for a run this morning. Not running like I used to, but definitely went for a good run. Adding in some walking, particularly when I have to stop for a phone call. And still talking to doctors and such for my mother. She is now home from the hospital. But having a good run, and found myself here. I'm about 5 miles in my run and wanted to come back here and just share a little bit, just because I know I've talked from this space before, and I remember I talked from this space, I think it was back in 2017, I think. I don't remember. I was living in Baltimore City. It must have been 2018, because we had just moved out of our rental here in Catonsville, not far from the park, where I'd come here every day, and we moved into my then boyfriend's house, now my husband, the one in Baltimore City that started all the crazy that happened the last year or so. But I came back here and felt a sense of comfort, and just had to address the fact that I would never feel at home in that city. I would never feel home there. And I never did. And I'm so grateful to be out of there. But now I live near here, and this is a regular thing. It's grounding me with all the things going on in my life, all the adulting that I have to do, being a woman of a certain age. We have our children and their needs. We have our grandchildren, and we have if we're lucky enough, we may have a parent, and we get caught sometimes in a place that is very difficult. And that's where I've been lately. And that's okay, because I'm grateful to have these wonderful people in my life. As peaceful as it is, you hear an airplane, and it's funny, I kind of don't think about that because I've always lived near, on a flight path from Baltimore, Washington International Airport. As much as I love my trees and my nature, I've always been not far from having to listen to those darn airplanes and highways and things. And so this is just part of the campground, which is full every weekend from April 1st until October 31st. But now it's closed, obviously, because they're working on it. And I've camped here many times. I think I've actually even done vlogs from camping here, even though it's always been in the neighborhood, more or less. So I just thought I'd share. It puts a smile on my face, makes me feel good, gives me some energy, gives me hope. Had a conversation with my baby, my fourth child, my youngest son, yesterday, who is no longer a baby. He's a full-grown, fully functioning adult, living on his own with his girlfriend, with a good job and living his best life. And I've always, with my kids, have been able to have these amazing conversations, and particularly with my sons. They're deep thinkers, and they love to talk about philosophies and ideologies and things. And I think, I don't know, I feel very fortunate that my sons enjoy having these conversations with me. My daughters too, but of course, over the years, so many of our conversations with my daughters, you know, they're mothers now, and they're living the mother life. They're in it, they're in it. My boys are not there yet, and they're creating their, tweaking and creating and adjusting their worldviews. And we have these amazing conversations. And I think yesterday, I spent a couple hours talking to my son yesterday, and just to hear his incredible optimism, his hope, his happiness. He has classified himself an optimistic nihilist, which honestly makes sense. So it made my heart sing. My son has had to deal with the loss of his best friend back in 2020, and that was a struggle for all of us. And I know it's been hard for him, and to see the optimism and the hope and the joy in him, it just makes my heart sing. So I just think today I wanted to come in and just share that, yes, things for me lately have been a little crazy. But again, aren't these the things we all deal with at this stage in our lives? And I count myself so lucky that I have these people and that I love and let me in their lives. And so even though it's exhausting, I'm grateful. And there's always places where you can feel joy and love and happiness. And my God, the green, the beautiful green, the greening of spring. Just, incredible. This is what these storms and the rain, they have brought this green. It's just, I love it. I'm not on the trail today. I'm on the park road. The rain has made the trail very muddy, and it's definitely not good trail etiquette to be out there running or hiking on the trail when it's this wet. It can be very damaging. So we kind of have to let it dry out a little bit. Lots of little puddles and everything down the trails. But the park road today, beautiful. Like I said, the park's closed, so being on the park road I'm all alone in this beautiful, quiet. I think it just started raining again. That's okay. I suppose I will run home, but I just wanted to share a little positivity. I know I haven't been very positive lately. I wanted to share some positivity. Go out and find your green. Go find your touchstone. Go ground yourself. Remember who you are. Remember your happiness. Find that joy. Yes, I know, all that woo-woo talk, but I sincerely mean it. So go find your green today. Peace.